Hi everyone, my name is Hannah Hase, and I'm here today to talk to you about one important question you probably asked yourself over and over, and that is, am I a good teacher, or how do I become a better teacher? It is kind of hard to measure whether you're a good teacher or not, because we as teachers, we have a lot of power. One well-planned lesson can really change our students' perspective, motivate them into learning so much more for the rest of their life, whereas a unwell planned and conducted lesson will probably scar them and maybe make them want to avoid this topic or subject for the rest of their life. So we as teachers, we know how important our role is and our job is, but yet we sometimes wonder, are we doing enough? Are the parents happy? Are the students happy? So today I want to give you a little infographic, kind of like a little test to see and assess yourself where you're at as being the best teacher ever. In order to do that, I compiled a little infographic for you, and that I want to show you today. Here you can shortly see what makes a good teacher a good teacher. So we're starting out on top. Are you fluent or confident in the language or the subjects you teach? I am a language teacher, so that's why I came up with the whole language part of it. But whether you're a math teacher or a science teacher, all of these kind of questions apply to you as well. So from there on out, I have structured it where you can answer yes and no, simple questions. Are you passionate about what you teach? Do you motivate your students? Are you reachable for your students and their parents? Do you like to try new activities or methods? Do you ask feedback from your students? Do you personalize learning? Like a whole bunch of different questions. And depending on where you're answering yes and no, it will guide you right through this infographic a little bit. If you don't have time to look at it right now, please feel free to go to blog.robotel.com, and there you can find the full blog post. Take your time in doing this little quiz and then seeing where you're standing. I picked 3 different categories. One is if you answered yes to all of these questions, then you're doing an amazing job. Does not mean that you cannot still improve on something, but you're already way up here on the scale of being the best teacher ever. If you had some yes and no's, you're doing a great job, and I have tips and tricks on how you can improve. And then if you answered more no than yes to most of these questions, well, then you can still improve. And for you to be here watching this video, maybe reading the blog post, that means you actually care and you want to learn more. So here's a quick summary of the results. Like I said, don't be disappointed if you got to the you can still improve part, because you took this test, you're here, and I provided you a blog post with a whole bunch of different tips on how you can improve. So I took all of these questions that we had in this infographic, and for each of them, I'm giving you ideas on how you can be more reachable, how you could be collaborating with your students, how you can ask for student feedback without being nervous and worried about what they might say. So feel free to check out this blog post and then the follow-up blog post with the tips at any point. And then at the end, I really want to give you some words of wisdom, which are not mine. So I found this beautiful saying, a truly great teacher is hard to find, difficult to part with, and impossible to forget. And then I compiled a couple of my favorite teacher quotes from a couple of different people. I hope they inspire you. I hope they encourage you. And maybe you have a chance of adding some of these teacher quotes throughout your teaching. And if you would like to share any of the quotes that really inspire you as teachers and how you can motivate your students, please feel free to share them. I'm always excited and curious to see what you have to say. If you want to find out more about our resources, other blog posts that might interest you, go to blog.robotel.com. Feel free to follow us on social media. Check out our videos on YouTube. And if you have any questions or concerns, feel free to email me personally or send a general email at info@robotel.com.